So let's find out what it's like being a member of Transformation HQ. So what's your name and what HQ are you from?
So my name's Tim Cope and I'm from Leek THQ.
So how long have you been a member at Leek now?
Just over 18 months now.
What results have you seen in that time?
I'm really impressed with the results, so big thank you for THQ for that one. So I've lost over 3 stone, I've taken 5 inches off my waist. More importantly for me, I was not well, if I'm being honest. I naturally have high cholesterol. The doctor gave me some very stern messages about my health when I went to go and see him around my knees, ironically. But the result is my knees no longer are painful. My cholesterol's gone to a satisfactory level, my blood pressure's plummeted, so my overall health is dramatically improved.
Brilliant, brilliant. And that's life-changing in itself.
Yes.
So what did you find, what was your struggles before with your health and fitness before HQ?
As I said, I wasn't feeling well physically. I didn't really recognise the person in the mirror either because I got rather large. And we mentioned about my knees in terms of, yes, 50 years of football doesn't help my knees, and I kind of expected a little bit of challenges around it, but they really did begin to hurt as I piled on the weight. And it was uncomfortable, and that's why I went to the doctors about my knees, and he then turned that into a conversation about my general health.
So did you have any worries about starting the programme before?
I'd never weight trained before, to be honest. I always thought weight loss was cardio, running around a football pitch, etc. But you know, I'm over 50. When I walked into a gym, what was I going to see? Much younger people, how I going to fit in? And I was nervous about hurting myself. You know, was I going to do something that was going to hurt, particularly like my back, or continue to give aggravation to my knees? But yeah, that's a lot of apprehension in that space.
Understandable. So, how's your life changed since the programme?
It's been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed going to the gym itself, which is something I didn't think I was going to do. I didn't have any necessary preconceived idea whether I was going to enjoy it or not, but I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. I've made friends at the gym. Obviously my health's improved. I recognise the person in the mirror now. And because we're in the pandemic and not a lot of people saw me get larger, we started to return back to the office, and people have commented on the changes, etc. And that's quite nice. So confidence has gone up as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a huge change.
Brilliant. So let's talk specifically about the programme. So we'll start off on the 6-week Meltdown programme, which is our introductional programme. How did you find that programme?
Again, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Jules was fantastic. He took all of the nervousness away of, I'm going to hurt myself, Jules. No, you're not. I'm here for you, etc. It was nice and steady. I said to Jules right at the beginning, if I'm going to do this, I want to make sure that I develop habits that I can continue with post the 6 weeks, because at that point it was just the 6-week period. And I found the programme engaging, informative, helpful. I learned to weight train, and that was a new skill for me. So I like I say, loved it.
Brilliant. So you got amazing results in the 6 weeks, and more importantly, obviously, you had that sort of path. Do you know what? You can do this, and you can get better and better. So you moved on to just being a rolling member. So how did you find that general motivation of doing that, getting to the gym and just being a gym member?
I think 2 things come to it. One is I enjoy it, so you do repeat things that you enjoy for starters, and it was really easy to roll over anyway from an administrative point of view. But more importantly, I saw the results, and I come back to that conversation with my doctor where he was stern about my health and gave me some home truths. The motivation was there. I had to get fitter for my own health, and this was absolutely going to work for me, because I was surprised by losing nearly a stone in that 6 weeks, and I could see the results. And I was fascinated, if I'm honest. I didn't quite make the connection of how does that result in that, and I just wanted to see how far it would go.
Brilliant. So obviously with all this new motivation and actually new results, then you decided to take part in the 12-week shoot programme. So people understand, we obviously did a 6-week Meltdown programme, move into a rolling membership, and then as part of the membership you get to take part in the 12-week shoot programme. So how did you find that?
The shoot was really interesting for me because, like I said to Jules when I first started my 6 weeks, I wanted to see the results from the normal transformation sessions before jumping on a shoot. So it was a good 8 months before I went on to my first shoot, and I'd already lost quite a bit of weight by then and started to transform, but that provided the platform for the shoot itself. The shoot is a good, positive challenge. It's not something that you enter into thinking this is going to be easy. It's something you need to commit to. I changed habits, I knew more what I was doing, and coming back to that enjoyment piece, the commitment to follow the diet guidelines, etc. It was tough on occasions. Peak week is tough. You know, the last week that you do is tough, but the results show at the end of it. All I can say to anybody who wants to join it is commit to those 12 weeks, because the results will be fantastic at the end. And I was so pleased physically about how I felt. The aesthetics followed. It was great to have the shoot, but that 12 weeks of going from having lost the weight and put a platform down, it really did give you an indication about what you could achieve during that time period.
Brilliant. So how did you find the HQ sessions, actually?
In Leek, there's 6 individual stations to go through.
Yeah.
I liked the rotation around the 6 stations. Again, kept the interest. It worked different parts of your body. Mondays you could weigh yourself out on one part of your body, and Wednesdays when I used to go back again, I could work on another part of the body, etc. So that rotation of activities across different parts of your body. I like the idea that the sessions change on a periodic basis to keep kind of the interest there, etc. going. So the transformation sessions for me is something that I, again, to come back to, thoroughly enjoyed. And I've probably barely missed any, other than being on holiday. I'm always in them.
Yeah, the fabulous commitment to the gym there, really, and that's what it takes to achieve the results that you've
and
got.
that's a stress point, it's the commitment to it. Do the 3 sessions a week. You'll see the results off the back of it, and if you can throw in some strength sessions like I've been doing, it makes a difference.
Yeah, brilliant. So has anything cool happened to you since you've been a member?
Apart from the comments I've made, you know, people who've seen me that haven't seen me for a while and then seen me, that's cool. But I think one of the biggest things around being a member of THQ is I've made friends. You know, we now go out as various friends groups and, you know, enjoy ourselves. Also, the Christmas party's coming soon. We'll all be together again, and I didn't think that was going to happen. You know, I thought I'd turn up. It would be a transaction between me and the gym of go in, do the exercise, leave, you know, be nice and leave. But the fact that you can make friends and outside of the gym, and you're enjoying that friendship. So that's cool, I think.
Yeah, I think that, it's amazing. It's being part of something as well. That's probably one of the key drivers of results, really, that community of people that are pushing you on and spurring you on. And that's really good. So let's talk about nutrition. So tell me from, obviously, we spoke about, obviously, before you started, nutritionally wasn't that great. So how did you find that transition from changing from your normal diet going into the 6-week meltdown diet? So just the change in foods.
Initially, it was tough because I committed straight away. So going from X to Y very quickly was, you know, I felt like I wanted that chocolate bar, I wanted the treat, I wanted this, and I felt that kind of, desire to go and eat something that I probably shouldn't have eaten, but you commit to it. And surprisingly, how quickly those go away, those cravings go away. And I did set out to change my dietary habits, and I've changed my tastes. It's not just about, you know, not wanting to eat a pizza. I don't like them anymore, if I'm being honest. And the shoot, that first 6-week shoot, first couple of weeks can be difficult from a dietary point of view. But actually, it's almost like a switch. On the 2nd or 3rd week, you'll click in and go, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah.
You're not craving it because you're eating something else that's better, more healthy, and is satisfying you better.
Brilliant. So obviously with all those newfound habits, how did at some point in your transformation you're always going to knuckle down and go a little bit stricter, and that's what the 12-week shoot program is. So you mentioned you did that 8 months into your journey, was that right?
Yeah,
into your journey. So how did you find that transition of, right, now it's time to knuckle down and see what I can achieve a little bit more stricter than what I would do day to day?
It was a bit easier, to be honest, because the 6-week shoot was there, done that, stayed on the 8 months. I was reasonably strict around it. Jumping on the 12-week shoot initially was I'd already crept. I'd done the 40-40 just before, and I'd already crept my calories down, etc., and done that. So I find it a little bit of an easy first 3-4 weeks, and then it starts to get a little bit more tougher and more difficult. But you just got to stick with it. And surprisingly, whilst peak week is tough, it wasn't as tough as I thought it was going to be. I was still doing the transformation sessions, to Jules' surprise, and putting everything I possibly can into those sessions themselves. So I think if my journey of a 6-week shoot, 8-month gap, and then a 12-week shoot for the first time enabled me to deal with the 12-week shoot better, I think, for me personally. It might not suit everybody, but for me personally to do it.
Yeah, brilliant. So we like to, as well, equip people with the knowledge so they can continue this forever. So you could do it with or without our help. We want you to stay obviously with the experience in the gym, and we want you to continue with us, of course we do, but we also want you to have the knowledge to feel like, do you know what, you could do whatever you wanted without our help, because then we've taught you that, we've not just shown you a plan as such. So how do you feel your knowledge is with food?
Much better. Nutritionally, much better. I think cooking, I love cooking, but cooking more healthy meals, deliver more tasty meals, which is something that I'd lost, if you like, over the pandemic period. So I'd gone into that, and like I say, picking up the parts around the nutrition stuff. I do the MyFitnessPal every single day now, and that really helps me to control what I want to eat and what I don't want to eat. So yeah, it's left me with lifelong changes and habits that are really healthy for me. Like I say, I'm no spring chicken. I'm over 50, and I've got bad habits over those years. It's completely reset the button, completely.
Yeah, and and you've really proved what, like all of us preach, really. I believe that a body transformation should be inside as well as outside, and that's obviously you've proved that, and you proved how important that is as well. So, well done for that. So, have you got anything that you would say to somebody thinking about joining?
Do it, commit to it, go for it.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody regretting it, if I'm being honest. Don't go in half-hearted. Go in with the opportunity that presents you and really commit to it, and you'll work out your own little balance all the way through, and do it. 3 stone I've lost and 5 inches off my waist, and I can't tell you how grateful I am of that reduced cholesterol and that blood pressure reduction, because that's health. I was told very seriously I was in danger of very serious health issues if I didn't change. I've changed.
Brilliant, and if that doesn't inspire you, then nothing will. So if you want to take part in our introductional 6-week transformation program, all you've got to do is click the link here. A trainer will send you a message, and we'll have a chat, and then we'll discuss if the program is going to work for you.